Welcome to Waterfall Cottage. I'm Cherie, and that's Tommy. And today we might be gardening, remodeling, cooking, canning, or tending to our chickens. Stick around and see what we are up to today. Hey y'all, so I'm in the garden today. We're waiting for that eclipse to happen. I don't expect to see much except for some shadows on the ground maybe. If I get anything, I'll put a picture of that up. I didn't get the little glasses that you need to watch it appropriately, but anyway, and Tommy's at work. So if you've been here any length of time at all, then about 5 months ago, you saw me planting peanuts. Hi, stray kitten. I swear I can't go anywhere without these kittens following me. But anyway, so 5 months ago I planted some peanuts, and it takes peanuts about 5 months to grow. Now we've had a very strange growing season this year, and a drought, and things, you know, some things flourished and some things just fizzled. And I'm not real sure about peanuts this year, because normally by this time they are much bigger. The plants themselves are much bigger, and the plants are turning yellow, and my plants are still bright green. So, but I do want to do a little test and see what we've got going on down in the ground, if anything, and so, you know, just to see what's going on. Now, I don't know what they're teaching in school these days, but when I was in school, we learned about, now I've got a chicken over here. Hi. Did you come to be on camera and you jumped up on the chair because you want to be on camera? You're hilarious. Okay. Say hi to the camera, Lucy. Say hi. And then you need to get down. Whoop. See? You just thought I had some food. Get. Both of you. So anyway, when I was in school, we learned about George Washington Carver. He was a scientist who studied peanuts and their effect on fixing the soil problems in his state, where mostly cotton was grown, and the cotton depleted the soil, and he was encouraging people to start growing cover crops like peanuts to help fix the soil problems. You know, these poor farmers, a lot of them were sharecroppers. They didn't have the money or, you know, a way to get commercial fertilizers. So growing peanuts was the best thing that they could have done for their soil. George Washington Carver, put out a publication, I guess we'll call it. I can't remember the exact the title of the publication, where he even gave them 105 ways for using peanuts, in case they thought, well, I don't like boiled peanuts, or I don't like roasted peanuts, you know, or I don't like peanut butter. Well, he gave them 105 different ways that you can use peanuts, and this helped to encourage these people to grow peanuts as a cover crop, because peanuts and other legumes help put nitrogen back into the soil, so they make an excellent cover crop. And I don't think I did a good enough job explaining that in the video when I planted them, because people were like, well, I don't like peanut butter, or I don't like, you know, I'm not going to use peanut. I've got a chicken fight going on behind me. I'm not going to do this or that. Well, if you hate peanuts, you can still grow peanuts just as a cover crop to fix your soil, and it is much better than going out and buying some Miracle Grow or whatever you guys use to try to fix the nitrogen levels in your soil. So, but anyway, I did want to tell you some of the things that George Washington Carver suggested people do with these peanuts. Here's just a few. So we've got peanut milk, And I hear people making fun of almond milk and how do you milk an almond. You know, I hear that all the time. But nut milks are obviously nothing new if George Washington Carver was talking about them over 100 years ago. So anyway, here's some of the things. Peanut milk, peanut flour, peanut soup, peanut bread, peanut cookies, peanut muffins, peanut donuts, peanut oil, peanut ice cream, peanut candy, peanut butter fudge, and peanut brittle. And he had so many others. I'm not even going to sit here and name all of them. But anyway, George Washington Carver should officially be known as the father of permaculture because his ways were well beyond his time. He was way ahead of his time in coming up with ways to fix the soil without chemicals. And for not only cost reasons, but health reasons. Now, I live on Lake Houston, which is the drinking water for all of Houston. So I don't want to put things on my yard, in my planting boxes, my raised beds that will get into the drinking water of all the citizens of Houston. I think I have a responsibility to not contaminate their water. So I'm very careful about what I put on my yard. Now, there are other things you can plant besides peanuts as a cover crop, which include sweet potatoes, sorghum, other legumes. There's rye, cowpeas, soybean, clover. There's so many things that you can use as a cover crop to fix your soil. But my favorite is the peanut. Now, I happen to use mine to make peanut butter, or I will roast them, or I'll make boiled peanuts with boiled Cajun peanuts. And boiled peanuts are something those of us in the South are probably more familiar with, but they are really good with some Cajun seasonings thrown in. You just cook them in a crock pot. I'll do a video on that soon. So how do peanuts help with your soil? Well, they help, like I said, put nitrogen back in your soil. Can y'all hear her purring? Him purring, whatever it is. Not sure if it's a boy or a girl. But anyway, so they do put nitrogen back in the soil as the plants decompose or rot, whatever you prefer to say. It helps break up disease cycles that are in the soil. So if you're having a heavy pest or disease load, planting a cover crop can help with that. Cover crops like peanuts can decrease the soil pH if the pH levels in your soil are too high. And it helps improve the soil structure. So if you have a hard packed beds, then you want to plant a cover crop like peanuts, for example. So anyway, I've got other things to get done today, but I did want to get this video done and get those peanuts checked. So let's go dig up a bush and see what's going on below ground level and see if I should pull all of them. You see how green they all still are? I really think I should leave them longer, but I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Yeah, see? Can you see that? There's a peanut here. Let me go ahead and pull this one up. See how it's sending? So I'm too early on this. And if I pulled up the whole plant, I'm just gonna ruin this year's crop. See, that's not even anywhere near as close as big. Cat, it's not anywhere near as big as it's supposed to be. So these are not ready. You like that, kitty? But at least it gives us an idea that something is going on beneath the soil. Let me show you what an unripe peanut looks like. So they're getting close. You can see that it had filled up the seed pod there, and we were getting really close. So I'm going to leave these another couple of weeks and see what happens. And see if I get a decent crop this year. They apparently didn't get the memo that they only had 5 months to grow. And since they're still doing pretty well, we're just gonna leave them and see what happens, because we're pretty far off from our first frost date here in Texas. So yeah, we're just gonna keep letting them grow. So anyway, it is disappointing that they're not ready to harvest yet, but I'll be back in a couple of weeks and we'll check them again. And if you've never tried to grow peanuts and you want to give it a try, or you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I'm no peanut expert. I'm not a peanut farmer. I'm no Jimmy Carter, but I'll help you in any way that I can. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on our next video.